Hello, families. Hello, my sweet littles. How are you doing today? Are you doing well? I hope you are. I am doing phenomenally. This morning I got up and I went into the kitchen to make something for me to eat for lunch today. And I'm very excited. I was stirring my soup, stirring my soup, stirring and stirring and stirring my soup. And then before that, I was chopping my vegetables, chopping my vegetables, chopping and chopping and chopping my vegetables. And some of the things that I put into my soup today were onions. That was first with some garlic, and then a little bit of olive oil, salt and pepper, and I let them get nice and soft. And then I put in my zucchini squash, a green zucchini squash, and a yellow crookneck squash, and crook-necked squash. And then I put in a fennel bulb. And if you haven't had fennel, oh, you have to try it. It's a white bulb on the bottom, so it's sort of round, and then it has green stalks that come out with little fluffy leaves. And you might have seen the fennel growing along our waterfront because there are many plants. And Joshua loves to pick the fennel and eat it just right off of the plant that's growing out in nature. And then he loves the little fennel seeds that come from that plant as well. And that sort of blossoms out and looks like a star. And it looks like tiny little stars all over. And when the seeds are nice and dried, you can pop them into your mouth. But ask a parent first if you do want to try a plant in nature, just to make sure it's safe. So I've been cooking that, and right now the house smells so beautiful and warm. It smells like, lots of spices. I put herbs in there. I put lots of yummy, wonderful soup stock that I made from a chicken that I roasted in the oven. I made bone broth from that. I boiled it in water, and all of the yummy goodness from all of those from the chicken was imparted or put into the water, and it is going to be very rich in flavor, and I cannot wait for lunch. So then I'm going to be eating my lunch, eating my lunch, eating and eating and eating my lunch very soon. But first, I want to read to you a story, and guess what? One of our friends, her name is Calliope. Calliope came and she left something on my porch. She left one of her favorite books. It's called Sleep Like a Tiger. And Sleep Like a Tiger is a special book to Calliope, and I am so excited to be able to read it to all of you today. So thank you, Calliope, for sharing your beautiful book with me and all the other children who are watching. We really appreciate it. So thank you very much. Sleep Like a Tiger was written by Mary Logue and illustrated by Pamela Zargarensky. So we're going to be reading this very soon. Look how beautiful the illustrations are. So as soon as we are going to be looking at some of my favorite things, then we'll get to read this beautiful story. But guess what I have? I also have a little baby plant that's going out in the garden very soon. This one is a Persian cucumber, and you can see that there are the instructions and the name on this little marker, and on the back you can see how you're supposed to take care of this little plant. So each one of these little plants comes with a marker, and it's in the soil, and this started from a seed, little tiny baby seed. And then someone cared for it, put it in the soil and watered it, gave it sunlight, and out popped a little tiny sprout, a little baby plant. And this baby plant is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And one day, it's going to have cucumbers that we will get to eat. It's going to be so yummy. Good food for your tummy. And then I also have a cantaloupe. Here's the picture of the cantaloupe. And this one's called a muskmelon cantaloupe. I can't wait to try this one out. It says it takes 85 days in order order for it to produce a fruit that we can eat. How many months is that? I want you to think about it and maybe ask a friend or a parent or a loved one, okay? We're almost ready for our story time, but I wanted to also share with you that another one of our friends gifted me something on my porch as well. Bo, thank you so very much for these tea light candles. Bo and her mommy took a walk and they came and they dropped these candles off on my porch, and I found them and it was like a present on Christmas. I was so excited because remember, we've been not able to have our candles for our story time because I was out of them. And then Bo and her mommy, they were thinking, how can we help Miss Jessica? And she said, I know. And they came and brought me some. And that was a beautiful gift and it made my heart very warm. So thank you everyone for Bo and Calliope. You're making this story time absolutely beautiful. So I appreciate you. Let's use one of those candles and light our candle. Oh, where did my matches go? Oh, I found them. So remember, this is for a parent to do. I'm gonna light our candle. It's so nice to have the candle back. I'm excited. Can you see it glowing? We'll put this one right here so you can see. And then let me put on some lavender. I hope that in your space that you are able to gather the things that you love around you, appreciate them, create your own rituals of things that you do every morning. I wake up, I have my tea, I take my vitamins, I do some yoga, I meditate, I smell yummy things, I read to you, and then I start my day. So let's start our story time. Sleep like a tiger. And here you can see this big sun maybe also a wheel. And then this could be like a train track. And it looks like the tiger is riding the train. It's beautiful imagination in this book. It looks like the moon is inside a cage on one of the cars. Once there was a little girl who didn't want to go to sleep even though the sun had gone away. So the tiger is taking the sun away and out came the moon. And here you see the little girl, not sleepy, still wanting to play. She told her mother, I'm not tired. She told her father, I'm just not sleepy. There she is telling her mommy. She's still playing. It looks like her mom is holding the sun. There she is, still wanting to play, talking to her dad. They nodded their heads and said she didn't have to go to sleep, but she had to put her pajamas on. She picked out her favorite pajamas that matched the night sky. I'm still wide awake, she announced. There she is putting on her favorite pajamas. Do you have favorite pajamas? Do you sometimes not want to go to sleep? Me too. Her parents said that was fine, but she should wash her face and brush her teeth. So she did. It felt good to be nice and clean. Then, because she loved climbing into her bed, she did, stretching her toes down under the crisp sheets, lying as still as an otter floating in a stream. It does feel nice to brush our teeth and wash our face. And look, She's imagining she's an otter. And can you see the otter? Does everything in the world go to sleep? She asked. Yes, her parents told her. Our dog is sleeping right now, curled up in a ball on the couch where he's not supposed to be. Does your puppy, if you have one, sleep on the couch where he's not supposed to be? And the cat is fast asleep, stretched out in front of the fireplace, the warmest spot in the house. What about bats? She asked. They don't sleep. Not at night, her parents agreed, but during the day, they fold their wings, tuck their heads, and sleep hanging upside down in the safest place in the barn. So here's the kitten in front of the fireplace, being warm. My kittens like being warm too. And look at the cute little bats in the barn. And the bats sleep during the day. And why is that? Because they are nocturnal. That's right. They like to hunt and eat at night. Do whales sleep? She asked. Yes. They swim slowly around and around in a large circle in the ocean, and sleep. Look, there's something in the whale's mouth. What do you think it is? It's a reoccurring item in all of the pages that we're seeing. It's a bright yellow sun. Tiny snails? She asked. They curl up like a cinnamon roll inside their shells. Even grizzly bears? She asked. Bears are mighty sleepers. They make a cozy den under the snow and sleep through the winter. All winter? That's too long, she said. I like the image of curling up like a cinnamon roll. That's lovely. And here's the bear. And what is their sleep called? A bear sleeps all winter long, and it's called hibernation. You're right. Most animals just sleep through the night, her parents said, tucking her in. I know an animal that sleeps a lot, the girl told them. What animal is that? Her parents asked. The tiger in the jungle. When he's not hunting, he finds some shade, closes his eyes, and sleeps. That way he stays strong. The tiger's like a big kitten. My kittens sleep for a very long time, but they are very strong. Her parents nodded. Sleep is good for that. And then they kissed her, turned out the light, and stood in the doorway. I'm still not sleepy, she told them. We know, they agreed. You can stay awake all night long. They left her door open a crack. She has all her favorite things around her. Looks like she has a doll and a whale and maybe a puppy. The little girl's bed was warm and cozy, a cocoon of sheets, a nest of blankets. Unlike the dog on the couch, she was right where she was supposed to be. I love nests. I wish I was a bird. She wriggled down under the covers until she found the warmest spot, like the cat in front of the fire. She folded her arms like the wings of a bat. She circled around like the whale. Hopefully you can see. But there she is sleeping on top of the whale. And curled up like the snail. And then she snuggled deep as a bear, the deep sleeping bear. I love this bear. And like the strong tiger, fell fast asleep. There she is, fast asleep finally. And now the sun is in the cage, on the train, and the moon is out. Bum, bum, all done. That was a beautiful book. Thank you, Calliope, for sharing it with us. If there's any other friends who would like to share their books with us, I will be more than happy to accept them on my porch if you'd like to drop them off. And until next time, I hope all of you are having a phenomenal day. And I miss each and every one of you.